Open your mouth. Spread your legs. Clear. Let's go.
What up? You already know what it is. Your boy Pistol Pete. Welcome to Dog in the Yard. Today we got my brother King in the building. King had 25 to life. He did 25 years. Been home 7 months, and he's here. And with that being said, let's get right to it, man. You already know it's your boy Pistol, Dog in the Yard. What up? You already know what it is. Your boy Pistol Pete. Welcome to Dog in the Yard. And you already know today we got King in the building. You know what I'm saying? What up, King?
Yo, what's good with you, Pete?
How you been, brother?
You already know I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, man. So what's up, man? How you been? How long you been home?
About 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah, 6 months.
Okay, how much time you did?
25.
25 what?
25 years.
25 years. Yeah. You been home 6 months?
Yeah, 6 months.
You on parole?
Yeah, I'm on parole.
How's that working out for you?
It's good. My parole working with me. I just let them know everything that I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm working and all that. It's college and stuff, so, you know.
Okay, you focus.
Yeah, I'm focused. So he ain't really bothering me because he see I'm on the right path doing what I'm supposed to do.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good shit. By the way, what made you wear that beat today, man? That I wouldn't say that because this motherfucker, that's my boy Jose. He from Boston. Yeah. So I be people with him. You know, we Yankee on this side. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, what made you wear that beat? You know
yeah, that beat for the Bronx though, man. I'm sorry, man.
That's for the BX. Don't get it confused for the BX, Jose.
Yeah, that's for the Bronx.
But in the event, so you been home 6 months.
Yeah.
And you got kids?
Yeah.
How many kids?
I got 2 now.
2?
Yeah.
How old are they?
19 and 23.
23.
24.
Wow, they was babies. They was.
None of them was born when I went to jail. Yeah, I had one child born when I went to jail. I went to jail, he was like 1 year old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so let's talk a little bit about what your upbringing and all that. How many siblings you got and all that?
Well, I'm the middle child.
Okay.
I got 5. It's 5 of us. 2 brothers. It's me and my brother and three sisters. And you know, I grew up in the South Bronx.
Okay. Where?
163rd and Kelly.
Okay.
Fort Apache.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That's where it's at.
That's where it's at. I hear you. So at what age? You know what I mean? Like, was it complicated? You always was a trouble kid as far as growing up?
Yeah,
and all
it was
that?
like, you know, initially I started off, you know, I was real smart. You know, I got skipped, you know. I never went to first grade. I went from kindergarten to second. And then it seemed like, you know, right after that, man, by the time I finished fifth grade, it was like the streets was just calling me, man. I just couldn't, you know, get in tune with school. And I just kept pushing it. And I was infatuated, you know, with the streets, you know, the lifestyle, everything that came with it.
Right.
Watching older guys, you know what I'm saying, grow up around me, drug dealers and all that.
How old you was at this time when you started doing all, when you started coming out the cows and
I was
feeling like that and all that?
13, 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? We talking 80, 88, you know, 89, you know.
Yeah.
That's when in the Bronx, you know the Bronx.
Yeah.
88, the 80s and the 90s, early 90s,
it was
you know,
tough.
it was a kind of really tough. So, you know, and then I just kept going, you know. I never returned back to school until...
Were you the only one getting in trouble at your siblings?
Yeah.
So you the first one that just...
First one in my family that ever just went and did, you know, 25 years.
Right.
Yeah, none of my siblings been to prison before.
Cool. At least that's a good thing. You had your moms and dad in your life?
Yeah, my mother and father.
That's cool.
I had both of them.
Okay. So what you went to jail for? Like what triggered that, you know, you selling drugs? What was it?
Yeah,
your first incident with the law?
Well, my first incident with the law, me and one of my boys, rest in peace, my man Zay Ball, we did a burglary and I went to jail. I was about 14. And I went to jail for that, and I was.
When you went to what? Spofford or something?
Yeah, I was like YO, Youthful Offender and stuff.
Okay.
And they didn't give me too much time for that. I wound up getting probation. That was my first offense,
Okay.
As a juvenile, I got probation, and then after that, it ain't stopped there.
Right.
I was infatuated. I just kept pushing the street, kept pushing it in.
Yeah. So when you officially went to the big house, that you got into your biggest problem, your case, like what was your first incident?
In 1990, probably the end of 95, 1996, the feds hit my block on 163rd and Kelly.
Okay.
And they took down all of the street guys, the neighborhood drug dealers and everything.
Right.
I wasn't there. I was already out of town.
Okay.
Wasn't in the Bronx, wasn't doing nothing, no criminal activities or nothing in the Bronx, none of that. And the feds, took them down, and they said that I was responsible for a number of murders that took place in the neighborhood.
Okay.
And they all testified on me under the 5K1 letter. You know them. You familiar with the guys from the Bronx on 63rd and Kelly?
Yeah, of course.
Fat Cheo, his brother, Baby Holly.
Okay.
Force.
Okay.
Then the other guys from Hunch Point. You had Markio.
Right.
Yeah. All them guys. Big time rats.
Yeah, big time.
Big time rats. Yeah.
So they all testified against you?
They all testified, not one time either, on multiple murder cases.
Wow. So so you averagely went to trial?
Yes.
So the feds picked you up?
Feds never picked me up.
So how they got you?
I never had no beef with them. They got those guys, and those guys set me up and said that I was the one who did X, Y, and Z. So they came and extradited me from Pennsylvania and locked me up and indicted me for murder charges.
Okay, and they got you, brought you back to New York?
Yeah, they brought me back to New York.
Okay, you went to what, MCC?
Bronx House at the time.
Oh, Bronx House at that. Okay.
Yeah, they extradited me. I went to Bronx
and
House.
And then what?
And then for the Bronx House, I went to Rikers Island.
How was that?
And then, that was in 97, so it wasn't no gang. So that was my first time incorporated, gangs on, Bloods and Crips on the East Coast,
Right.
That was a West Coast thing,
Right.
So we never seen that. Our gangs always consist of our blocks, no matter where you was from, what I'm saying?
The neighborhood.
Yeah, we'll be the neighborhood boys, or if you from Park Ave, we Park Ave boys, that. So, so for the most part, it was like that.
So how was your experience, on the island, your first time on the island coming?
Well, on the island,
not only that, you was in there for, multiple, counts of, murder and all that. I mean, like how you was feeling?
Well, my thing was safety first. You know what I'm saying? So when I got there, I was like, I need a gun.
What's a gun for those people that don't know?
Oh, so in prison, a gun, they say gun, it's not a pistol, like, you shoot people with it, but a gun is like a razor, you know what I'm saying? So, or an ice pick or a shank, you know what I'm saying? That's a gun, because that's what they use to put holes in you like guns do.
Right.
Yeah, so I said that because, I had jewelry on, I always had a lot of jewelry in prison, I always dressed real good. So I know in prison, a lot of guys ain't doing too good, so if they feel they could get an easy, you know what I'm saying, steal to get their gear up or some jewelry, they'll try you.
Of course.
So I was like, you know what? Let me get my guns up as soon as I came in there through the 90s. And, I was still young, dumb, and stupid. So I was with all the shits at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't make me no different.
But how you felt about it? I mean, you was in there, how many charges they was charging you with as far as?
I had multiple murder counts, man.
Like what?
I had about 5.
Okay.
And I kept going to trial. I beat it.
So you was on the island going to trial?
Going to trial. I stayed on Rikers Island for almost about 4 years before I lost.
That's what I'm saying. So how was your experience on the island though? Meaning like, I know that you was with whatever, but meaning like, whatever brought with that your experience on the island?
Well, for me, like, I wasn't this like, I'm not a troublemaker, so I don't just run around and I don't portray to be tough, so I don't just be sitting there acting like I'm tough. I pretty much go off of, when you step on these toes, then you see what this is about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So prison for me I wasn't trying to make it worse. You know what I'm saying? So I was just trying to make my situation better. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to get into the things that would have made my stay there comfortable and easier. You know what I'm saying?
Island.
On the island.
Right.
So back in those days, Rikers Island, man, we was smoking blunts. You know what I'm saying? We was drinking. It was lit. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't care. We had money. We would fly. We would spend money. You know what I'm saying? If they got it, if they selling bottles, you know what I'm saying? $200, $300 a bottle, we'd pay for it.
Yeah.
And it might be cut too. You know what I'm saying? It might be 50% alcohol, but
fuck it.
Fuck it.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing. You know?
Nah, I get it.
So it was cool.
So you spent your 4 years just chilling and just you know, drinking and smoking and all that.
Talking to the ladies.
What's all the worst things that you ever seen on the island that you could remember?
The worst?
Yeah, like, you know, like before you left and go on the trial, you stay there 4 years, which is the craziest shit that you could think of. If you've seen anything, if not, it's okay.
Well, I didn't see it, but the craziest thing I think I came across on the island, I mean, in prison.
Like some people get their eye took, you know, somebody stabbed somebody in the eye, somebody get killed. Have you ever seen anything crazy like that in the state that you was there for 4 years that you can say like, damn, Pete, I can remember this right here that happened on, if you can, then it's fine.
No, I seen plenty of cuttings where you would see a guy cut on the face and you would look from the outside and you see his teeth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen that, but that wasn't like really big for me. The biggest thing for me in prison was, I think, in Sing Sing. This guy was in Honor Block in Sing Sing, and he killed this guy. He stabbed him to death. Went and got in the shower with the knife, washed himself up, went to his room, put on clean clothes, and walked to the bubble and handed the knife to the CO and said, here, go downstairs, go check on him, he might need some help. And gave the knife to the officer after he took a shower. Like, that was the illest shit for me. Like, I was like, you know, when you really live this shit, you know, when you really live this shit, he killed the guy, took a shower, went in his room, got dressed, and then came back down to the bubble and gave the knife to the CO and was like, go check on somebody he might be stabbed up down there. In Sing Sing, in Honor Block. That's tough.
Yeah, that's tough. and nigga play.
And I had another, and like, you know, my young boys from Forest, like some of the toughest guys came through, like from Forest, my man Shank Bank. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Shank Bank, man. Like, real dude, man. And him one time, you know, he was in the Bing. And, you know, he shackled, you know, behind his back with the chain, the box and all that, with shackles on his legs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he seen the op. And he on the second floor in the Bing. And he ran away from the officer and slid down on a banister of the stairs, hand shackled. Slid down, and when he hit the floor, he came out the shackles from underneath and cut the dude. Boom! That's tough.
Yeah.
It take heart. It's levels to this.
It's levels to
It's levels.
Yeah, it's levels
you know,
to
when
this
you
shit.
see stuff like that.
It's levels to this shit.
Yeah, it's levels to this shit. You know?
I believe me, I can relate. I've been in situations just like that.
Yeah, and the thing Blue Boy did, like, he killed Larry Davis by stabbing him in that leg, that artery right there. That's tough.
Yeah, that was tough.
That's tough. And Blue Boy, like, much respect to this guy, man. Like, he just made himself a crip. Like, you know, who does that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's
and really
home.
be serious. He's about that.
Yeah, he's home. We gonna get him on Dog in the Yard soon.
Yeah, I seen he was on something speaking.
Yeah.
This is for him.
Yeah, we gonna get him on that. But let's get back to I wanna ask you, as far as where that happened at.
What's that?
The last incident you told me.
That was in OBCC, the Bing.
Okay. In the Bing.
Yeah, that was in the Bing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the things. So you was on the island for 4 years. You blew trial to what? What was the outcome of the cases?
I blew trial to murder in the second degree.
Okay.
Under the depraved indifference theory. They don't even charge that no more. It was illegal to charge it. They was doing that to us for decades, where they was charging depraved indifference and intentional murder together. You're not supposed to do that because one is the opposite of the other. You know, they like this, the charges. You know, one is intentional, one is non-intentional. But the DAs was overcharging people because they was getting 2 bites at the murder charge. So if the jury didn't find that it was an intentional act, and acquit you of the intentional act, they'll find you guilty of the depraved indifference, and guess what? They both carry 25 to life. Just like the conspiracy to murder. Carry 25 to life too.
Yeah. Okay.
So you got to be careful.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, break that shit down, because a lot of brothers don't be knowing.
They don't know, but they stopped doing that. They brung out some new laws came out. It was a big case. It started with Pelicano, and then they started modifying dudes. They stopped doing that. So anybody that knows, they charge you with intentional murder and a depraved difference together, it's illegal. You can't do that. If it was intentional act, either I intended to kill you or it was a mistake.
Okay.
You know, or I shot in the crowd.
Right.
And shot somebody, trying to hit somebody that was in the crowd, but I hit the wrong person.
Absolutely, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's not an intentional act.
Okay. All right. So you blew trial to one.
Yeah.
So
I only lost once.
So you already have, so how many trials you went to?
About five.
Five trials.
5 trials.
That must have been draining. Very complicated for your family.
Well, the only good thing about it was I had a good attorney at the time, Stuart London, and then NYPD gave him $10 million to represent the cops, and then he left because it was a conflict of interest, and since then he been over there beating every case for the police, for NYPD. He did the chokehold, Sean Bell, all the police that been getting acquitted in the 5 boroughs over the last 20 years. It's been him.
It's been him.
Bad, but he's really good.
So what they gave you? 25 years?
25 years.
And you beat 4 cases, four murders.
I beat the rest of them at trial.
The rest of them.
Yeah.
Okay, and at this particular trial, did people testify against you?
Yeah. Yeah,
so a lot of guys went from Kelly.
Yeah, from Kelly Street. All of my witnesses that came to testify was from Kelly. It wasn't nobody, the old lady in the window, it wasn't none of that. And I don't know because, you know, I speak to people and I always ask them this question. Because these guys testified on me.
They all home?
They all home. They had 3 and 4 life sentences, RICO charges. None of them did no more than 5 years. They did 2 and 3 years and they all been home. They testified on everybody, you know, 5K1 letter.
Right.
But what they did to me was they seen me grow up. These was the older guys. I was the younger guys under them. They seen me grow up. You know, I know I was young, dumb, and stupid, but you set me up. You lied. You told them that you sat there and watched me kill this man. That never happened. Me and my co-defendant, they made me have a co-defendant. You put us there, you said we beat this guy to death. We never beat that guy. They know that. Y'all never stood there and watched us do that to that guy. So you didn't rat on me, because ratting is when I actually did something and you witnessed it and then you told.
You lied and you fucking, they did some real snaky shit and lied and came up with a whole story and shit like that, and shit was a whole big lie.
In total contradiction of the forensic evidence.
They fabricated the whole story.
Only thing that was true at my trial was our nickname. They said, that's King, and my co-defendant was Smooth.
Yeah, I mean.
That was it. Everything else was a lie. It was made up.
So they gave you 25 to life?
They gave me 25 to life. I went up north. I got up north. I fought my case the whole time.
Where you was at the first, what was your first stop?
Oh, man, my first stop, downstate.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in downstate.
How you felt? I mean, now you got 25 to life now. How you felt at that point? I mean, what was running through your mind?
Man, I swear I don't want to make it look like, you know, it didn't affect me, but it really didn't, because in my mind I always thought I was going to get his time back, because I knew with the evidence and the lies, I said it can't stand.
Right.
So I never was accepted.
That was your hope.
And I didn't accept it because of that.
Yeah, because of that.
Yeah, so
that keeps you going every day.
Yes, it kept me going. So I never just, you know, felt like, oh man, I got 25 to life. What am I gonna do? I always was like, I gotta push this, I gotta get this appeal, I gotta pay this lawyer, I gotta get this investigator. I was just moving forward on what else need to get done to unfold these lies. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So I never was like affected by the 25 to life. And everybody around me always told me, yo, you don't act like you got no time here, man. I thought you just got locked up. When they hear how much time I was, they couldn't believe it.
Yeah, they'd be like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, because you in there cooling and shit, doing what you need to do and all that.
Yeah, and I was just doing things.
And that shit keeps you motivated, just even thinking that, because believe me, I know. I went to jail for something I didn't do either. I did a whole bunch of shit, and then the shit that I didn't do, I went to jail for. And I used to be like, you know, then one day probably just, I don't know, they might just turn around and realize that I didn't do the shit. Feel me? And that just kept me going and going. It never happened, but whatever the case may be, we did the time, you know? And I get it, man. So now, what other jail you went from? You went there. And,
well, I was downstate, and then from downstate they sent me and my co-defendant to Green Haven because we had another murder case pending.
Okay.
And jail cases from Rikers Island.
Okay.
So they didn't want to send us too far because we had to come back and forth to court, I guess. So they sent us to Green Haven.
So what happened on the, was another case on the island?
Yeah, we had another case on the island.
Well, somebody killed somebody on the island.
No, we just had my co-defendants had a jail case. I had one, and then we had another murder case that we was fighting.
Okay.
After we lost.
Oh, so then you coming back and forth.
I was coming back and forth. So then I stayed on Rikers Island for another 3 years after the first fall. Back and forth.
So that was all counting your time anyway.
Yeah, it was still running. And then a few more years after that, when we beat that case, we had got some DD5s and stuff. So then we put in the 440 for the conviction case, and then we went back down to Rikers Island again for another year. Wow. So out the 25 years, I did like about 7, 8 on the island.
So that was kind of odd because you was breaking your time up.
Yeah, I was breaking it up, and that really worked. Like breaking it up, going back and forth, and because I was living like on the island, and so I had closed head and clothes up north, packed up. So yeah, it helped.
So did you stay in downstate?
Yeah, so I stayed in downstate probably that time. I probably stayed there about 16 days, and then they transferred me to Green Haven.
And that's where you did your time.
And then I stayed there, Green Haven, for about 8 years.
Okay.
And then it was like a black cloud over me, man. And I just was like, nothing worked no more for me. Everything just went bad. I said, I got to get out of here.
So then what happened?
I put in a transfer to go to Clinton with my other co-defendant, K.A.R, and they sent me to Sing Sing because I had just got my GED. So they sent me to Sing Sing for me to further my education because Sing Sing the only jail in the state where you could go from GED to your master's.
Right.
So they sent me there for education. I was still, I wasn't ready for education.
Yeah, I was active.
I was active. I was into my case.
You was into your case.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to do no education.
You was discussing your case in the yard. You was worried about getting out.
And then my bros, man, I met some good brothers in prison, and they was in college, and they was telling me, they said, listen, King, get in college, man. My brother Sire, brother John, love these guys, man. They did 25 years too. And they was telling me get in college. I was like, I'm the type of guy that buy the college, but I'm gonna need guys to work it. So y'all guys get the degrees, all right? And I always made jokes about it like that. And then eventually, when my classification dropped to medium and my case was up and running, I enrolled in college.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
I enrolled in college.
That's what's up, King.
And I'm one semester away from my bachelor's degree now. And I got a scholarship for my master's degree in Columbia University.
Let's give it up for King.
You know
what I'm saying?
And that's how I got out of jail 6 months early. So I did 24 and a half.
That's what's up.
Because I attained my degrees, they let me go 6 months early. The parole board said, good job.
Yeah, good job. You've been doing
a lot of accomplishments and stuff.
Yeah, you handle your business.
Yeah. So now we working on, the name of my crew is 25 to Life.
Okay.
So now we have another organization now that we just started, 25YO. So it's 25 Youth Organization.
Okay.
We working with them teenagers. We targeting that same age category that we was when we got jammed up.
Yeah.
So we already did an activity with them a couple of weeks ago. We took them paintball, shooting and all that. They love it. You know what I'm saying? We got 25 teenagers to wake up at 6 in the morning. That right there within itself is amazing.
That was cool. That was amazing.
Yeah, amazing. I have the pictures and everything. They had a ball.
Where you did that at?
At the paintball.
At the little spot you told to meet there and all that?
Yeah. And we took them up there and everything. We scheduled to do some more activities with them. We're going to do the golf thing with them, basketball tournament. The whole summer, at least 2 times out of each month, we're going to try to do something.
That's cool.
And this is on our own dime.
Yeah.
We ain't getting no funding. We ain't got no grants. We ain't got none. We doing this from here because we know what happened to us when we was that age category. You know what I'm saying? So we want to bring something to.
It would have been good to have them like one day have them come up here. They can sit out in the audience and shit like that. Like
they'll love that, man.
You know what I'm saying? So they can hear some of the real out and direct. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to bring them in outside.
So they can see the you know what I mean, like the real shit.
Yeah, because they need to see that.
Yup. So
and they need to hear real stories.
Yeah. I also like to, we would definitely link up and shit like that. I like to be a part of that shit. I come through and all that.
Oh, okay.
And shit.
No doubt.
I go out there and fuck with the kids and all that.
Yeah, because we're going to have a lot. We had 25 the first time. I think this month, our minimum might be 50.
Yeah.
But you're going to see them. You know, this ain't this talk.
I'm going to start going to the cover. They got the cover house in Manhattan. They deal with kids and stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they deal with kids. I'm going to start going in there and talking to the kids too.
Yeah, I'm using a strategy that I feel that today at 48, I want to use a strategy with them that I feel that would have worked on me if it was worked on when I was their age.
Yeah, something that you would have loved for them to work on you.
Yeah, and I had them with me, man. You had to see them, man. They were so happy, man, running around.
All it takes is a little guidance, a little vibe with them and all that to make them realize that they...
But they delicate.
They're delicate, of course. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have mental health.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers, mental health is, not talking about mental health. Do you think mental health is important, for brothers in prison to get real? Because it's people fucked up in prison, man.
Well, people was glorifying prison like crazy, and they don't even realize what prison is today. Prison is a shelter/mental health.
Because everybody's fucked up.
All of that stigma, everything prison talk that you heard, or everything that came with prison over these decades is gone. It's over. I feel sorry for you if you got to go and do 15, 20 years today. It's horrible in there. It's mental health.
Mental health, right? Everybody in there.
It's really, really bad.
Pills.
Really,
you're not really
bad.
getting no help because there's no prison reform.
Yep. They just want to send them in there and then they're not helping them. Like they sent me out here.
They don't even know you need mental help. They don't even know you need mental help or somebody to talk to after 25 years.
Yeah, they don't even know.
You might need somebody to talk. If you didn't have no loved ones or family, then you be fucked.
Oh yeah. You
because you come out here not knowing how to get your fucking ID, how to get on a train. Yeah, but especially if you're a little bit fucked up already, you're having a little anxiety from being in jail 30 years.
They only want to teach you how to go see a parole officer.
Damn shame.
I was phone illiterate. Playing around with these phones, trying to,
Yeah, of course.
They don't teach you nothing. They should have had a course in there, some pamphlets where we could look at something and, familiarize ourselves.
Have an idea how the phone works.
Yeah, so when I would have got here, I wouldn't have been like a deer in the headlights for the first time. I would have been familiar with this is the setup. That helps.
Yeah, of course.
But New York State, they not into really helping us.
Nah.
They not.
There's a lot of states like that. Don't get it twisted. I've been doing the show, you know what I mean, and traveling and getting other interviews from the West Coast and all that and down south, and it's the same thing, you know what I mean? It's just the way it's created like that. You know what I'm saying? It's designed for us to just keep failing and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's why it takes us, you know what I'm saying, us from the hood, our own community and all that, to try to help. You bring 25, let's just say one of them, listen to you and don't kill nobody and turn out to be a lawyer next couple of years, then you did great. You know what I'm saying? Out of the 25. If we get more than that, then it's a bigger blessing.
That was like an old school saying, man. If you could save one, you did your job. One is not enough for me, man. I can save more than
these
one.
Kids, I deal with a bunch of kids and they complicated.
No, they are.
And they sensitive as well. They sometimes I have believe me, I have my own kids. My kids is teenagers and grown, and you know what I mean? It ain't easy dealing. You know what I mean?
It's not.
They have a different perspective on a lot of shit.
No, it is. That's why I said they're delicate, because you have to be able to, know how to work them. Where they, adhere to.
That's the good thing about. Like, you good at that.
Yeah.
I'm good at that as well. Like, I'm good to the kids and all that, get around and make them feel good and all them. They love me. Come to the hood. I don't care what them niggas could be. They killed 3 guys last night. Yeah. I come to the hood. Yo, Pistol, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Love you, man. What up, Pete? Yo, what's up? You staying out of trouble? You good? Kick that vibe real quick and all that. You know what I'm saying? They love it.
Yeah.
So I'm good with that.
Yeah, they love it, man. Especially, and I want to show them different ways to make money legally.
Exactly.
So they don't have to go out there to the street and do things that, they're going to put them in prison.
Man, they can make money they can make more money out of selling sneakers than selling drugs.
Man, they can make money doing everything nowadays.
I realize that shit now. I'm like, shit, I'm up in the motherfucking stores. I'm in Fat Joe's store most of the time just hanging out. And I'm like, sneakers is really it. Motherfuckers coming in there like it's a fucking, like, you know how back in the days the lines used to be like way out the door?
Yeah.
Lines way out the door. Price, they getting the sneakers for a certain amount of price, you know what I'm saying? And they selling it for this.
Yeah.
They killing them.
Yep. There's so many ways to make money.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do that.
Yeah, they should have to resort to crime.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
They need some guidance.
It's so many other ways, baby, man. You know what I mean? But anyway, King. So get back to what. So you was at Green Haven, and you was there how long?
So I stayed there 8 years.
And then you got sick of it.
Yeah.
And you went where?
Then I went to Sing Sing.
And you love Sing Sing.
5 years of freedom.
You felt like you was in New York.
Every day it was just like, you know. But then, you know, over there I was there for some time too. Then they set me up after 5 years, you know.
Yeah.
They couldn't get me.
Yeah.
So then they
set you up.
They set me up. So they said that I tried to bribe and extort an officer. And they sent me to the box. I did 4 months, sent me to Attica. Then I wound up going to Attica, stayed up there for about 3 years.
Okay.
And guess what? And then I came back to Green Haven.
Wow. That's crazy.
For 3 more years. And dropped medium.
And dropped medium.
And then I went to Fishkill.
Okay. And from there you went home?
And from Fishkill, they kicked me out of there too.
It was too loose for you.
Yeah, I was loving it because I started getting claustrophobic being in them cells after 20-something years. Yeah, man, I ain't want no more.
You start catching anxiety and all kind of shit.
I was like, because you know what?
That's just the weirdest shit, right?
Yeah, it is.
I guess when you start getting short, you started feeling like that?
I don't know if it has anything to do with being short because I used to find that was my most comforting spot in my cell. I smoke a blunt. And lay up in there and look at the ceiling and try to think of a master plan to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? But after a while, I couldn't do it no more, man. I was like, I want no more of these cells. So when I went to Fishkill, it was cool, but when you drop down to medium, you get a chance to really see a reflection of the street. So I've been wanting to work with the kids. I had a real stronger ambition to do this.
Right.
But when I got there, they worked me, man. You try to drop Jews on them, they started trying to tell me how shit goes.
Yeah.
You know, I started being like, I started wanting to give up on them. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Crash like me, nigga. You will learn then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I ain't do that. But so that's why I'm still giving it, because I want to save them. Because they don't know what we learned about this system.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's designed for them to fail. You ain't gonna beat it.
This is why we got Dog in the Yard. You know what I'm saying? So we can be able to
let them know.
Relate to them through the show, and they can be able to see, you know what I'm saying, that this is the outcome of you if you shoot and you don't use your your mind and you shoot somebody out of impulse in the corners in the 25 years, you know that this is what you're gonna be dealing with when you go up there. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to give
the
it
cuts,
to them.
the stabs,
That's right.
the this, the homos, the commissary, the 300 minutes every month, or no time on the phone on the island, and you know, it depends on the person.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because some guys is killers in the street and they go to jail. They tender.
Right. They'd be gun gangsters in the street, but in jail they don't.
Yeah,
they
you know
don't
what I'm saying?
perform.
So that's why this show was created, so we could have brothers like you, King, come through here and break down the story and let them know what you've been through in jail and how difficult it was. You going to trial and you having to go to trial for four attempt murder. For 4 bodies. And all that. Like that's not 4 murders. That's a lot of drain. It's draining.
That's right.
You fighting for your fucking life and all that. That's why I was like, yo, how you took that? Like, shit.
Especially when you ain't do it. That's why I want to tell these kids. It's not always about you doing nothing. You know, I'm doing something. Because I was just, you know, it's people, places, and things. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you could just be with the wrong people at the wrong time and you in a fucked up situation.
At any given time, a motherfucker be ready to give you up.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You could just be around for one event. I'm going to tell you something. I created an act in Manhattan. Nothing to do with no drugs. Personal shit. You know what I'm saying? I bumped into motherfucker MCC. Next thing you know, they call me back down. My lawyer calling me back down. By the way, do you remember that act in Manhattan? I was like, what in Manhattan? What you talking about? Yeah, the act, remember? You know, it was an act in Manhattan. And then this what happened. And that shit ain't got nothing to do with fuck, I'm in jail. I was, well, this guy's, you seen somebody in here and they try to bring you, they motherfuckers try to bring me in another case and said that I did some other shit. You know how that shit real.
Yeah, they don't.
You bump into a motherfucker, run into a nigga, you gotta hide him in the fence.
Oh, that was in the feds?
Yeah,
Oh, my God, yeah, you gotta watch those
motherfuckers
guys,
see you.
man.
Oh, I remember this nigga did this. And you be like, what the fuck? I forgot. I forgot you bringing it up.
Yeah,
I was like telling him, I was like, yo, man, I don't know nothing about it. Ain't going nowhere anyway.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just you being in certain places and motherfuckers and then they get caught up. Why not tell on you, man? Why not tell on Miami? Why not tell on CK? Why not tell on Sir? Matter of fact, let me get this shit right off, because I ain't trying to do it this time.
And they do it without hesitation.
No problem, hell no. So, these are the things that the kids got to start realizing, that it's not all the time just doing the crime. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes just being around, you going to get as much time as the guy that did the crime, because you down with the whole shit, or
That's
you're around the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? And the way the government works, they want you to tell.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I know something about King, and they catch King later on, and I ain't never told on it, and then you have another person say, well, Pete knew he knew, then they charge me for the same shit, because I ain't tell on King.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just, we just giving y'all eye openers and breaking that, we breaking that little, breaking it down to you, giving you that Jew.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? And, so, King, you've been home, you've been home 6 months.
6 months.
You went home from where?
Walkill.
Walkill. And how was your first day home? I mean, tell me.
Well, first day home, it was this, it was just too much to absorb all at one time, everything going on, everybody, trying to get at you and everything. But the most important part was, I wanted to be back united with my family, most importantly,
Of course.
I was going 24 years and a half, it was just like, too much,
Yeah.
So just to know that I was coming back to that and the love that, I know was going to be there for me,
Yeah.
it was just priceless.
Let me ask you something, which is a little super personal and touching. You mentioned something about losing one of your kids while you was in prison.
Uh-huh.
How complicated, how was that for you, man?
Well, it's always difficult for a parent to bury their child. Don't matter what the situations could be. It could have been, it don't matter if he died from cancer, because kids supposed to bury the parents. The parents ain't supposed to bury the child.
Children.
But I live this life, this is my life. I live it, like, true, 100%. My son he was on the street, you know what I'm saying? He lived a street life, Played the street game. I taught to him. Told him the rules. I told him do's and don'ts. Told him stay away. Told him don't do that. Don't walk the same path I did. He wanted to do the same thing. So, it's hard, it's rough, but I feel good about the fact that he did it his way. And I just live with it like that. So I still got 2 more other sons, and he still live with me in my heart.
Of course.
Yeah.
I was just, because...
But it was rough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I couldn't even come.
But when I went to prison, that's the only son I had.
Right.
He was just one. You know what I'm saying? So I only had him.
Yeah, of course.
So, that was the same name, that was my junior.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's, But everybody, as a parent, you know how it is. You can't even find the words to describe,
Facts.
the pain that come with,
I get it.
burying your child.
I get it. Well, King, you've been home 6 months now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Doing your thing. What you been out here doing, man?
Well, I'm doing a lot of legal business. I'm still in college. Start back September. College. I'm trying to do legal business. I'm trying to set things up. For hopefully one day I could be like you when I grow up, man.
What? Then we good. Then we
really good.
Then we good. You know what I'm saying? Well, listen, King, man, I'm happy that you're home. You know what I'm saying? And we're here to support anything that you have going on. You could bring the kids through here. We could have them out in the audience. We could do whatever you want. I would love to do that. And anything that you're doing, Dog in the Yard's here for you. Right. You know what I'm saying? You family and shit like that. So we definitely gonna, chop it up.
All right.
And all that. But the important thing that you're home and you focus and you that's where we need you to stay at. You know what I'm saying? Because we need you out here.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, you already know I want to thank my brother King, you know what I'm saying, for coming through. You already know, it's your boy Yap, Pistol, Dog in the Yard. Get at me. Yo, welcome back to Dog in the Yard with your boy Pistol, man. I want to first and foremost, man, thank my brother King for coming through and all that, breaking it down with us, you know what I'm saying? I'm home. He's home now, after 25 years. He's doing his thing. He's focused and all that. Welcome home. You already know. Stay focused, man. It's your boy, Pistol Pete. Dog in the yard. Get at me.
Federal rallies came again, they put the gang in chains again. Say that they still watching, but we opping, so we aim again. These niggas scared, running around talking about the ops again. The ambulance gon' call a helicopter if my chopper spin. Niggas playing Bishop, I put blood up in his hiccups. Catch me sliding on a Friday, have him hiding in a pickup. Okay, Trizzy going stupid, back a gun out, better shoot it. I was broke, home improvement, picked my tool up and I used it. It was murder for the music.